everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Which direction is that light coming from? It's coming from over there. How is everybody doing today? That's still pretty bright. Happy Wednesday! Welcome back to fresh, shiny, brand new week of Hazel Streams. Hi Twitch, hi YouTube. Uncomplicated, and it was nice for being straightforward and uncomplicated. Now, well, we get to relax, which is a good thing, but sometimes a bit of a stressful thing. It's like going on vacation and then being like, wait, what do I do? I have 1 week-ish until the patch drops, and then another week after that until the season starts. we can just spend it in the yard. Good morning, evening, good morning. I got some coffee. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Had physical therapy yesterday, able to get some mobility in my right arm back. That's wonderful. Like to order 1 tuna tiki combo with a side of mousse. Let me see. There's tuna, there's tiki, there's mousse. With an extra tiki just for good measure. Long weekends are confusing. I tuned in the other morning, confused when you weren't here. I had thought it was Sunday, but it was actually Monday. Yeah, I've been out of the traditional work and school force for so long that I don't even know why the long weekends, I don't really know when they happen or why they happen until I'm in the middle of them, and I'm like out somewhere on a Monday and I'm like, why is it busy? Don't all of you people have a job? They do. They're just on vacation. I could clean up my bags a little bit while I'm here. I have an idea of what I want to do today. I'm not starting a new mount farm just yet because I don't want to start something I can't finish before patch. And I mean, now that I mention it, it probably wouldn't take me more than a week to get that one mount. But I'd rather do that after the patch anyway, because I can probably use some stuff from the new fishing thing, and we don't need to start a new life earning grind right this instant. So instead of that, I was leveling Catmint, my Harrenir druid. We did a bunch of time walking on him at the end of last week's stream. I got him to 81. There's lots of great leveling options from 80 to 90. I don't really want to do most of them. Not because they're bad, but because they just don't sound like fun. So what I like doing, and what I had started doing, and I think we'll keep doing, was World Quest to kind of get his gear updated, because he's wearing some garbage. Although it is getting better. World Quest for any obvious upgrades. Prey, normal prey in each of the 4 zones. And then like weeklies, so he can do like, I don't know, abundance. We can maybe try to do sulfurals. My logic is that these things will be fun because they're grown-up activities for my young druid here. They're also going to give me probably some gold, especially like the weeklies and whatnot. I might need to pick up a new weekly thing. Maybe kind of fun. Hang on. Oh no, I'm 4 of 10 into last week's weekly because I never finished last week's weekly. Okay, no problem. Time walking is an option. It is. That is a good option. I do not wish to time walk any further though. What are Catmint's cool fiery shoulders? They are from the Dragonflight Time Walking vendor. It's a whole set. It was like 4,000 badges. It was expensive. Shadow Flame Druid. Good afternoon from Italy. Good afternoon, Paolo. Do you ever think about the direction WoW should take after the conclusion of the World Soul Saga? Trying to think of something less dismissive to say than literally never. I am happy no matter where the story goes, I think, because I am not reading it in the first place. I'm just kind of happy to be here. Ooh, this is an upgrade. Let's start with that. I've got 1 heirloom ring on, and that will be a massive upgrade. So let's go struggle through that one. Everything that we get. Also, I should pick up, if I'm going to be in the zone doing World Quest, I'm going to pick up a prey. Everything that I get makes my struggle a little less potent, which I appreciate. This isn't where you pick up prey. I did get the last rare amount. I did. It's done. It's finished. Also enjoying my Harrenir Druid leveling. They do look really good in Transmog. They kind of feel like they've always been in the game, which is funny because they definitely haven't. I'm going to play Classic Plus? That would be surprising, wouldn't it? I mean, never rule anything out, but in all the years, no, I don't want to Void Elf Demon Hunter. In all the years I've been doing this, the amount of times that I've actually gone to do something other than just whatever I wanted in retail is, you could probably count it on one hand. We tried Final Fantasy for a hot minute. That was surprising. Years ago when everybody was doing that. That's about it. That's about it. So this is an upgrade, but I want to focus on upgrades to slots that have, I want to focus on upgrades to slots that I don't have, like, any midnight gear in yet on this guy. Have to do a full UI reset. Hope my UI gets saved. Oh, man. But retail is a former shell of what Rowley is. Sure. I won't disagree with that. I don't think it impacts my day, though. Hazel has been liberated. Don't have field accolades. Nope. I am going to do it this way. I'm going to go do some Prey in Eversong Woods, and I'm going to do some World Quest, and I'm going to get gear that way. It's been very fun. I've been very satisfied with it so far. Hi, Azraelites. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Hope things are going well for you. Hope summer is going okay. Any other? Oh, yeah, so there's two that give rings. So actually, I could pick an easier one. They're both asking me to suppress the light bloom, so I don't know if it matters. My other ring is 139, so it's fine. If I could get through the special assignment, that would be something. That's going to give me a... Oh, you know what? It's going to give me a veteran piece, but I can't wear it yet. They like doing that. If you do a special assignment while you're still leveling, they'll give you the veteran gear, and you could use it when you finish leveling, but you cannot use it while you're leveling. They don't scale it down, or at least they didn't used to. Anytime that I see one of these traps, I definitely want it. My name's Paul. Wanted to thank you for helping me through the years to not get kicked from normal and heroic raids. Videos are relaxing and easy to absorb as it gets. Oh, thanks, Paul. I'm glad they're working for you. Oh, there we go. Interrupt there. Fun maxing over speed maxing? I've hit the point of my life where I'm fully prepared to just not level as fast. It's okay. I get that sometimes leveling as fast as possible is what is fun. Oh, I've stepped on the trap, haven't I? But if it's not, you gotta follow your heart. You gotta do what your heart tells you to do. I also, like, really can't... There's so many different catch-up things, which are all wonderful. But getting to grips in what's even going on with all of them at a certain point. Sometimes you just want to forget about all of them and just do it the old-fashioned way. Some people were smart, did Prey on all classes to catalyze for Mog? I am not people. Prey... Oh, because Prey gear catalyzes into tier gear. I mean, you and I could just wait like 4 expansions and then just run the mythic raids of Midnight solo and then finish the set that way. And then you'll get all of the lower colors without having to catalyze anything. It sounds like more time but less clicking. 40 days. Can we return to normalcy and speak normally? I don't know. I know the maxing is kind of a Gen... Well, I'm hoping it's a Gen Z thing. I don't know. But it also feels kind of like a gamer thing. Min-maxing has been a word for eons. Hello from Barbados. Hello. Good morning or afternoon. Sharing live stream as usual. Also Discord. I see we have left Solomon. We have. I don't live there anymore. I'm feeling a little lost. I miss it a little bit. I mean, I'm going to be back there soon because I'm going to be doing just like world quests and Prey out there, I suppose. Do we get to hear Astalor's sultry pleas to kill for him? Unfortunately, we do not. That is... Also, it's loud over here. This game's yelling at me. More of a Nightmare Prey thing. He does that in Nightmare Prey. And I'm just doing normal Prey because I'm leveling. It's the first Prey I've done. Like, the Catman's Preys that he's been doing have been the first ones I've done in ages. I got everything. I got the Prey Seeker meta finished in my main, and that was ages ago, and I haven't really looked back since. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning, Helen. How are you doing today? And 46% of this. Have a little coffee. Let's all meet here in 4 to 5 years for this old raid farm for Transmog. You know what's funny is we probably could. We could most likely arrange that. Barring death and dismemberment, we could probably do it. Good morning, Hazel. How be you? Good morning. I am. How am I? I'm good. I'm a little sleepy. I know you guys have been hearing me say that for ages, but I'm okay. Tuna was being very cute at 5 in the morning. And he was being so cute I couldn't even like move him off the bed or away from me or anything because he was being so cute. But I was awake for a while because of it. He just like woke up and he wanted under the covers, he wanted in. I don't think I ought to be fighting elites, really. Good morning, lady. Good morning, Jadester. How you doing? Field walk, catch time, accolade maxing. Yeah, I'm not looking for gearing. I'm not looking for gearing and leveling tips. I'll say that. I'm looking for some nice company while I just kind of play WoW. You're welcome to supply tips for the general knowledge, but I'm probably not going to read all of them because that's not what I woke up for this morning. I am well aware I'm doing it wrong. It's going to be okay. It's Flevo. Thank you for the 29-month resub. Hi, Diva. Happy National Oyster Day. National Oyster Day. Do the oysters know? Well, I'm sure that they're not gross to other oysters. There's got to be some oysters that other oysters think are like the thing. I think oysters have it, girls. Waiting until level 86 or something to turn in quests makes me mad. Yeah, I've done the delve leveling thing before, and it is kind of satisfying, but it's also kind of annoying. I don't know. It's nice that all that stuff's optional. Honoring the oysters by not eating them as per usual. Yeah, I'm gonna do my part for them by leaving them in the sea, I think. That one is ore. This is a regular world quest, but it must be close to the Prey world quest area on account of how many traps are over here. It is coffee. Every day is. Every day. A little coffee. I'm also one of those people that has one mug that is the coffee mug that will always have coffee, and other drinks will always be from other mugs. I never mix and match. I'm not having tea out of the coffee mug. I'm not having coffee out of the tea mugs. I couldn't fathom such a thing. Got all my teens to 90 now to start gold farming. Oh, nice. Let's see. Over here. Don't you have, like, so many tea mugs? Not as many as you would think, but probably more than one person needs. They all serve a slightly different purpose. Most of them are different sizes. I don't have, like, 30 mugs of the same size. I have, like, one set of mugs of one size. And then I have different sort of teacups. I've got some China teacups. I've got some stoneware teacups. I've got some Chinese teacups. I've got some, like, hand molded teacups. But they're all kind of a slightly different size. So depending on what type of tea it is and how fussy I'm feeling, I might, you know, choose my own adventure. Okay, so we did the world quest. We got the ring. This is going to take me from 118 up to, boom, 122. Happy with that. And I think I'm going to mainly finish Prey and then just move on. Well, no, we have Soiree too, don't we? We can start Soiree and then we can probably just be doing Prey stuff at the same time. I haven't done a Soiree in a while. It's been even longer since I've tried it while leveling. I'm pretty sure you can do it. Hello. I can invite anybody, because I'm pretty sure that we're like, yeah, we're capped on everybody, so this genuinely does not matter. We may as well. It doesn't matter. Love a good English breakfast or Earl Grey tea, but I drink lemon ginger a lot. I love a black tea too, but I almost never have them because there's a very limited caffeine window in my day where I can get away with it without ruining my night of sleep. I'm one of those people that's pretty sensitive to it. The coffee is fine because it's first thing in the morning. But, unless I want to start just, like, chain slamming caffeinated drinks in the morning and vibrating off of this plane of existence. Did I get? Oh, no, I gotta give somebody the favors. That's right. You have to give them the things, and then they give you your quests. Sure, yeah. Are these good experience? Let me take a look at it. They feel like a fun grown-up thing to do. They're fine experience, actually, and they're still going to give you the Arcana for the rewards and stuff. And I appreciate that these are really fast. Let's go. Let's go do this one. Soiree, Abundance, Dermarian Assault, Legend of the Heron here. Yeah, weeklies. Tummy issues, lemon ginger, amazing for tummy issues. Rewards different when you level versus saving for max level. Rewards for Soiree? I don't think the currency rewards are any different. Your gear might be. Some things like this will give you a piece of veteran gear to save for later, and some of them won't. Your endgame gear is going to come so fast, though. I'm not too stressed about trying to, like, save stuff for it. I remember there used to be a whole thing about, like, not doing gear world quests in the last level or two because you wanted to have them scale. I don't know. Fussy. Not necessary. There's so much gear. You don't have to worry about it too much. Don't get on with Earl Grey. Find it too floral. Love English breakfast. Yes, ginger tea is peak. Drink a lot of instant coffee, though. Red bush tea. I love a red tea. I also agree with the Earl Grey thing. You and I are the only ones I've ever heard of to have that opinion. It's the bergamot. It is kind of floral. It always tasted a bit like pepper to me. And I don't mind pepper, but it's not really what I want from my tea. Red tea is from, it's not like a tea plant. It's more like an herbal tea, but it's from rooibos is what it's called. I think it's from Africa. Honeybush is related, and it's similar, and it's basically a decaf tea that just kind of has like a nice, rich, warm flavor. Like a lot of herbal teas can sometimes kind of feel like you're just drinking flower water, and rooibos tea is like a lot earthier, or not earthier, but like it's, I don't know, it's warmer than that. Let's do, that's the runestone thing. I wonder if that's going to be an issue, actually. We'll have to see. I'm not in war mode or anything now. Okay, good. I miss tea. Never got why some people think bergamot is like orange. I've never got remotely citrus from it. Yeah. Got all my tools to 90 now to start gold farming. Nice. Got the refreshing edge that black tea has for me. I've always thought Earl Grey kind of tasted like Fruit Loops in a less sugary way. Yeah, I can see it. I could appreciate that. There's a citrus, there's an herb. And then you get herbs that try to confuse the issue by being vaguely citrusy. Lemon balm and a lot of mint relatives that do a kind of lemony thing. Alright. I'm here. Oh, there's a rare. I haven't done these rares. Could I get away with it? Maybe. I haven't done Eversong Woods rares in a while, because I got these mounts a long time ago. But now I guess I'm in the same position for all the mounts. These do scale down. I think I probably have enough gear now to kind of get away with soloing this. Yeah, it looks like I do. I did get from a world quest a 139 staff, which is helping. And then I've got the 180 neck, helmet, belt. And then I forget what the last piece is. No, not bracers. Something. Gloves. It's funny, yeah, because I thought it was going to be or a trinket, because Voidstorm's endgame one is a trinket, but I guess it changes slots. Good morning and after an afternoon nap. Good morning after an afternoon nap. Intriguing. Morning is a state of mind, Hazel. Who says we have to do our time in order? I think that that's not creative enough. I think we should do our mornings and afternoons whenever we like. That's how I feel sometimes on days off, especially if often on days off I end up doing this thing where I like sleep in because it's like a day off and I can. And then by the time we finally had breakfast, it's really more of a brunch, and we eat like a larger meal and we have it like super late. And then you've really missed your window for lunch. You end up just doing like 2 meals in the day instead of 3. And usually I end up hungry because I had 2 meals in a day instead of 3, but instead of reasonably asserting that it's because of the whole brunch and lunner thing, I just end up getting really in my head about, oh man, I'm just cranky now. I think I'm becoming a cranky person. Meanwhile, I'm just hungry. I think it's because it is your morning. It is my morning. That would make sense. Other day, I fell asleep at 4 a.m., woke up, wanted to order coffee. Everything was closed. I thought the world was ending, and it turns out I woke up at 6 a.m. and not 6 p.m. Oh, man. Isn't 6 a.m. a normal time to get coffee, though? Should the coffee shops not be open? I feel like they're the one place that can be relied upon to open crazy early because some people work crazy early, and the way they do that is through copious amounts of coffee. It's always a new morning when one needs coffee after waking up. Time irrelevant. It's really all a bit arbitrary depending on your day. So they could defend the runestone. Let's turn these things in. Oh yeah, Darkmoon Faire. Oh yeah, Darkmoon Faire. The one time I would actually consider doing another time walking, assuming it is still time walking. Oh yeah, it's Dragonflight time walking again. Oh, so people could buy my Transmog set if they want to. It's back on the vendor. It rolled back around again. The one thing that I would do is I would maybe do one more dungeon to refresh my Master of the Timeways buff if I felt like it was going to fall off while I was leveling. Because it's pretty nice. You're getting 30% extra XP from monsters and quests. It helps a lot. Should I do this? Yeah, it's worth something. Very happy to see so I could get the skipping stone toy. Gotta love the oath stone. There was a fairly big wolf spider on my kitchen floor last night, and at first it played dead, hoping I'd leave it alone. When that didn't work, it raised all its legs at me to make itself look larger, trying to scare me off. I had a chuckle. I do not like spiders, but I felt sorry for it. Didn't want it to die. Caught it in a paper cup, took it outside. Oh, happy ending. And spider's lucky my kitties weren't around. Oh yeah, look at that! 1500 marl, 2100 gold. Lovely, delightful. So I am sitting on... I need to finish my prey. I would love to finish the runestone thing. I used to get into groups for these. I don't know if that's still viable. I don't know if there's anyone doing that anymore. Wasn't this week supposed to be Wrath? I was completely deflated when I saw it was Dragonflight. I don't recall what the schedule said. I don't know if they changed it or not. They might have done. When Darkmoon Faire is up, I always hear Simon and Garfunkel singing Scarborough Fair. I did want to start the Insane Grind, but very slowly, and starting the Darkmoon Faire, I don't think I ever got exalted. I mean, you're still doing it, just very slowly. Starts and ends with Dragonflight. So is this the last week of Turbulent Timeways? Oh, is somebody doing this? Let me in. I'll help. Don't mind me being level 81 and effectively nude. Oh. Well, I could start a group, I suppose. This is the worst part about trying to do this weekly at this point of your life. Maybe I'll come back. I'll go do the prey thing and I'll come back and I'll see if I can find a group then. I could probably farm enough Arcana to start the event. It might be difficult to solo the whole event, though. If it's the last week, when do we get that mount? You might have it already, depending on if you've been keeping up or not. You need to get the buff for 4 different weeks within the Turbulent Timeways event. So if you could check your Master of the Timeways, Master of the Turbulent Timeways 5 achievement and see how many you are out of 4. You might have it already, or maybe you need to do this week. If your number is less than 3, though, you're probably in bad shape. Your bags are so empty. I'm almost always in bag crisis. It's an alt is why, but I do like getting rid of stuff. I take a perverse satisfaction from deleting and vendoring and selling things and making them go away. I'm not so worried about whether I'm going to need them again or whether I'm getting the best value for them. I largely want them gone, and I delight in how easy it is to make things gone. In real life, when you want to declutter, it is not that straightforward. There are more logistics to deal with, but it's convenient in game. You can just kind of be like, I don't want this anymore, and you can just sort of like vendor it, delete it, drag it off into the void. So I just got, oh man, I didn't really need it. I got a weapon, but I had one already. However, lots of XP. Nice XP for that. This is the thing that's going to really give a bunch of experience, really. Glad I got that map for doing 4 weeks at Turbulent Timeways. Severe bag anxiety. 1K for a 36 slot imbued bright linen backpack. So nice. Good job, Midnight Taylor. I do have it. Who knew? Oh, that's a relief. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Search regular quest. Oh, so could I do it for any? So I could join the Blood Knight one maybe? I've never tried that. That's a good tip. If they'll have me. Doing well. How are you? Doing all right. Waking up. Are we in the middle? We're in the middle here. getting going for the day. Had a nice weekend. Did a little bit of relaxing. Largely stayed inside. Air quality not awesome right now. On account of wildfires. It's worse in a lot of other places, but it's still not really like go hang out outdoors sort of air. So I played some Pal World, and what else did I do? Something, I'm sure. Ujai, thank you for the 72-month resub. I'm not here often anymore, but sometimes I am, and the number goes up. Hope you are well. Cheers. Right back at you. I hope you're doing well too. New housing exteriors got Datamine and Wowhead. They're super pretty. I might have to take a look at that. I wonder what it would take for me to change my housing exterior. I kind of like the one I have. Got a lot of heat here this week. Thunderstorms later today, it seems. Summer is more tumultuous than I remember it being. I think summer in my head is the summer of my childhood, and summer in practice is a lot more like heat waves and weird weather events and wildfire smoke. Love this boss theme music. One of my faves from this X-Pack so far. It's a good one. Still have really sticky glue. Can't get rid of that. New Westfall Barns. Hope they make it into 12.1. Summer, definitely not what it used to be. Lukewarm take, but I hate that they are doing exteriors that aren't for the playable races. Give me more details. What do we mean? Hi, Hazel. I did get the 8th mount. I absolutely did. Thank you so much. That was a nice group leader. They waited for the last person they invited to get there. And I wasn't really reading chat, but also I wasn't really doing any damage, so it works out. I wish they were doing more of them now, but they will. Can't wait for fall. Tired of the heat. Hello, Tiki. Or is that Tuna? I just see a black tail. That could be either of you. Oh, it's Tuna. Hi, Tuna. Let's turn this in. This should get us to 82. Hi, Tuna. Tuna's got a little toy. Oh, I know what I did this weekend. They went to the vet. That's right. They had another round of shots this weekend. So they went in. They had another exam just for good measure and some more vaccines and stuff. And they're looking good. They're so big. In the month, not even a month between the two last times they've been to the vet, Tiki put on a kilo. That cat weighs a whole kilogram more than it did like 3.5 weeks ago. I know they're kittens and they're growing and that's what they do, but holy smokes, dude. Big Chungus. He's getting pretty big. Okay. So I'm happy with that. If I'm going to go next, I'm going to go up to I'm going to go back to Silvermoon. As we can turn into the spark thing. I want to pick up Prey for Zul'Aumon, and I want to go do Prey in World Quest and Zul'Aumon. And then maybe Abundance if we come across it. Also, I should look at these exteriors we're talking about. Let's get with the picture. Let's get with the times. Let's get caught up. 2 new housing exteriors added to the PTR. Last night with the new build, new housing exteriors were added for player housing. Autumnal Westfall barn facade. Okay, that is adorable. I love the stained glass window. I don't know a lot of barns with stained glass windows, but I don't care. I'm obsessed. It's almost churchy. The stained glass and the steeple is giving church a little bit. And then you've got a springtime version. Different colorways. Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, just data mine, so we don't know what they're from or anything. I love that it's a little mossy, and I love that it's not real life, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, we're going to pick up new prey. That's what we're doing. Only honored with the Darkmoon Faire on my oldest character, Rough. And I could also probably, speaking of Darkmoon Faire, nip back there and pick up my buff again. Hello, you. Please, thank you. If I wanted to go back there and get my buff, I would... let me just take the portal. I never take portals out of Silvermoon. I don't know what's wrong with me. They're right here. I'm so close to them. I never do this. I always end up using like my Stormwind teleport cloak or like Dalaran Hearthstone or something instead of just going through this portal room. How's the hardcore Palworld run going? It's good. We had to start over again on a new server though that has Pal hardcore but not character hardcore because a couple of our friends died and they couldn't even make new characters on the server, and it was kind of a bummer because we all wanted to play together. So I didn't die in the hardcore server. I did die once on the new one, but my pals didn't, which was the important thing. I'm kind of high level 40s. I'm trying not to wipe out of the game. I'm trying not to peter out of it like I often do when things get like a little higher level and a little sticky and a little complicated. Like my base is starting to feel kind of thick, kind of crowded. I came here to do the Darkmoon Faire. That's right. Don't they have a matching artisanal room with the barn vibes and stained glass windows? Getting a lot of fall decor, and it is so giving Animal Crossing for me. Yeah. Why take portals when you can just make portals? Page. I think it's Darkmoon Faire this week. I think it still is. I love WoW. It's good to see. Sup, Crash? I'm going to the Darkmoon Faire. I've heard... Oh no, it's still 25 copper. That's right. we cleared that up. Found a kitten in the woods a month ago that somebody abandoned. Have kitten food, which is high calorie, and I swear my orange cat gained 10 pounds from it. Yeah, kitten food is like that. It can be occasionally handy if you have a cat that is struggling to keep weight on for whatever reason, and they just need a bit of a caloric booster. Kitten food is more palatable and is higher calorie. It helped Kira a lot in her last couple of years of life. But, yeah, if your cat doesn't need the extra weight, that could be a problem. Hey, Angie. I'm doing good. How you doing? Humans aren't a playable race. Yeah, until Sunday. What am I doing running right down the hill, not on my Witherbark Pango? I'm not playing hardcore, but I'm heading into endgame, and I really love it. I'm gonna have to persevere. I'm so close to getting overwhelmed enough to just throw out my hands and quit. And I feel like I would be doing myself a disservice if I did that in Palworld. I feel like it's... Because people... Like, Flabby's doing endgame for, like, the second time now. My other friends are. They're putting in slightly more hours, and they're also putting in more efficient hours. I feel like every time I log into Palworld, I just kind of do a couple laps around my base, catch 2 pals, and then log off. How did I not know it was Darkmoon Faire? WoW needs to do better at reminding busy people. Yeah. This one was one of the first... It's usually the first week of the month starting on a Sunday. Or it's always the first week of the month starting on the first Sunday of the month. But this week, the Sunday actually happened to be pretty close to the beginning of the month, too. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Okay, I want to go to Zillimon. I'll just Hearth. Faster. I wonder if, in order to actually beat Palworld one day, though, if I might have to just do, like, a private save file that's not on a public server so that I can, I don't know, work on it indefinitely. And it's also a bit different when you're playing on a persistent server. assuming you leave your pals in your base is going to keep functioning overnight. So you have to make sure that they are either making enough food for themselves or have enough food. But they're also going to keep like producing whatever it is that they're working on producing, even when you're not playing. So you end up with like a lot of mats. All right, we're heading off and away. We can upgrade that one. We're going to Zul'Aman. We're going to go do some prey in Zul'Aman. Anything else going on out here that I need to be wary of? Doesn't look like it. I'm sure Abundance is up somewhere. Don't see... Oh, no, it is up here. I should do it. I have a shard. I think that's all I need to do for the weekly. My mailbox also overflowed. What's up, Currents? How you doing? Oh man, it's a rare. Oh no, it's a Neversung Woods rare. I don't need. Well, I mean, I don't need any of them, but I feel like the Zul'Aman rares are old friends now. They feel like I've known them for so long. All right, so here's another weekly. Let's pick this up, and then yeah. Oh, they give you some too. Sure, let's send me in for whatever I've got. That's fine. Stuff, things, what about you? Yeah, stuff and things, that sounds about right. Life feels kind of like a never-ending list of catastrophes that are slowly descending on me. And I'm just trying to, like, bat one at a time. And it's kind of working, but, like, you're sort of always aware that there is another catastrophe behind it. And you've got some time before you have to deal with it, but, like, ooh. I think perhaps I need to be a bit more organized, and then I would feel like I've got a better grip on everything, but that wouldn't be very me now, would it? Pretty much life. There's always something, and as soon as you deal with something, like I keep dealing with like whatever a problem is, and I deal with it, and that's supposed to feel awesome. And then I'm like, well, wait, there's more though. Like, they never end. The things never end. That's life. After starting the new Hearthstone Battlegrounds season, I've remembered that BGs were the reason I burned out on Hearthstone a couple years ago. I think I'm just gonna stick to good old base Hearthstone. Yeah, and I'll do it. I haven't done as many BGs since I've been playing Palworld. Potato Crisis. Barn facades are big. Went to the PTR to see what they looked like. 12-1's gonna have so much to do. I don't have kids, it's true. I'm not responsible for very much. I'm responsible for my pets and my house. And the house has been a thing that's new this year, so I think that's partly why I feel like a little extra stressed, is I'm kind of coming to grips with the various responsibilities involved in owning and maintaining the home, and like some of the things that you'll know about and you're kind of prepared for, and then some of the things sort of surprise you and you're like, wait, how did no one tell me about this? But then once you figure it out the first time, you at least know how to deal with it going forward. But yeah, we're actually like weeks away from my 1 year house anniversary, which is not a real holiday. Also, I need to make sure I don't go too far from a tourney any spot. I don't know if I'm doing a very good job here. I did get the last mount from Rare Kills. It's true. It is a good sign. I clipped the... I saved the moment as a highlight on Twitch. I was gonna make a YouTube video, and I still might for like shorts or whatever. It's not very overwhelming. Like, you would need to have the context of having watched the stream up until that point to even know why it's a big deal, because on stream I'm just kind of like, well, there it is. It's an honest reaction, but it's not a very clippable one. Being freshly on that boat as well. Yes, this. Usually get more used to them, so it's like, oh, next. A compilation of all of them. I don't have those clips. That would take a great deal of digging. Not a bad idea. Just something I'm not prepared to do. There we go. 2,000 gold and some gloves, which I don't need. Gloves are one of the slots that we're good on. Are any of these world quests going to give us super sweet pieces of gear? You get an upgrade on the cloak. Let's go do the Prey World quest. You wouldn't have gotten the hype for Midnight if you weren't there for it either. The mount, not the X-Pack. Love your hair color, fits you. Oh, thank you. Hello. Hi, Mr. Tiki. How are you? You gonna come see me? Hang on, let's have a Tiki visit. Let's have a visit with Mr. Tiki. Hi. Hi there. Oh. Hi, buddy. Tuna. Oh, you're not gonna see him at all today. Tuna's been really cuddly lately, and I think Tiki's been a little like. I think he's been pulling back. I think he's been getting. I don't know. I'm projecting, but like self-conscious about it or something. And I need to make sure he knows that I still love him lots too. Yeah, he blends in with his shirt like 100%. Hi, buddy. How are you? You feeling better today? You had a couple shots yesterday. That always takes it out of you. That's my straw. That's my coffee. I'm done with the coffee, but you still probably shouldn't consume it. That can't be good for you. Oh, please don't bite that. That's metal. Okay, one sec. One nice thing about having the mount is I don't feel like I have to cram as many mount or rare kills as humanly possible into each stream to try to force it to drop. I feel like we can kind of, if you gotta get up, you gotta get up. Can never escape Zolomon. I kind of wanted to come back. I was kind of excited to come back and do Prey and level out here. I miss it. I have Zola Stockholm Syndrome. Congrats, thank you very much. I have a black cat named Moochie. Always trying to mooch food off of everyone. Oh, he's getting old. I love Moochie. Babies. What if Violescence Farm? Eventually, yes. Soon, no. I really do not want to start anything that I can't finish. Like, for sure, comfortably finish in a week. So I think it's a nice kind of reset week. I'm gonna do some catmint leveling. I might do some crinkle setup. I don't know if I'm convinced that that's gonna happen. I'm definitely gonna play her next season. It's just a question of how unprepared I'm gonna be. Oh. Zolomon forever. It's true, the Violescence Farm would let me stay in Zolomon. That's a good point. When we were at the vet with the kittens, there was a couple there that had a clearly very elderly cat that was clearly not doing very well, and the couple seemed really distraught, and it brought back a lot of feelings. It's so hard. That kitty's really lucky that it has people that love it that much. But, oof. Wow, I'm doing bad over here. This is not going well. These, like, dodge the ring world quests are not my favorite ones. I find them kind of annoying. And not in, like, a satisfying way. Oh, there's an ambush. Yeah, next week, patch week, and then the week after that is season drop. At the same vet, someone also had like a chicken in like a what I can only really describe as a big Tupperware, but like a live chicken, but also a chicken that did need medical attention. And I don't know. You never know. You don't know anything about it. The other people at the vet when you're there, but I hope the chicken's okay. I hope the chicken's doing better now. I have to start asking myself whether WoW is in my future again. At least for this patch. It's always... Oh. I was in the air. Come on now. You can always sit a patch out. Sit a bunch of patches out. Doesn't mean you can't come back if you ever feel the itch again. Yeah, chicken tenders. Different. Well, same kind of chicken, different kind of situation. Hey, y'all. Hey, Onyx. How you doing today? How are things? So that was the Prey World quest. We got that done. We may as well do this. It'll be a good upgrade. We can go get some slippery snappers. Do I have traps? Have I not successfully stolen a trap yet? Oh, they're above me. These are so nice to have on normal prey for ambushes. They just insta-complete it, but you don't get a trap every time you loot one. Maybe I'm just finishing the prey so quickly nowadays that, like, I finish it before I actually end up picking up any good traps. Bad bird, no land in circle. It'll be alright. How are you, Hazel? I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. I'm keeping it together. We're keeping it moving. I made my office really messy over the weekend. I was messing around with some stuff, and I didn't put any of my bits and pieces back together exactly where they go. And I'm a little impressed that stream is even working this morning, because I thought for sure I would have unplugged something. Coming back to 12.0. Oh, from 12.0 to 07 was crazy? Why are we turning into furniture? Why are there 17 new systems and currencies with void in their names? Yeah, for a 0.7 patch, they really did quite a bit. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. I was doing some movie rewatching over the weekend. We rewatched Tick, Tick, Boom with Andrew Garfield. And I loved it much more. I think it's probably the third time I've seen that movie. The first time I was really confused and felt it was oddly paced and confusing. And then I couldn't get the songs out of my head. So then by the second and then the third time, you're just having a great time because you're not so worried about what any of it means. You're just kind of there for the vibes. Yeah. And then along the trend of musical rewatches, I rewatched K-pop Demon Hunters of all things the other night. That was fun. How do I feel about this aquatic form? I kind of want to know why it's so ripped. A lot of times underwater animals aren't quite this, like, I don't know, muscular. They're a little squishier. Oh, capped on traps. Oh, maybe. Is the cap account wide? I know that the traps are warbound. I didn't know that the cap was... Can't wide? Not that jacked. I mean, it's true. You could be... you could always be more jacked. Hello, subbed and liked. Oh, thank you, Desert Maynard. Appreciate it. Axolotl peak aquatic physique. What is your review of Hot Frosty? How was your Hot Frosty experience? The traps are capped at 5, but I didn't think it was account wide. I figured it was just a character held sort of thing. I'm still not convinced it isn't. I might need to try a few more. Hulking predatory salamander form. Of all the movies that I've watched, Hot Frosty was one of them. Uh-huh. It was certainly a movie. That's all I can say. 5 per character can 100% confirm. Yeah. I'm sure you couldn't pick more up from, like, the mail or whatever if it came to it. Oh, hey! An ambush. Look at that. Never got that many. I haven't been getting too many either. But that's okay. I'm doing enough damage now. I think I got past that really sticky part in gearing where he was I got past the really sticky part where this character like just couldn't deal with like a regular mob because they were still in so many heirlooms. I still have my old feet on. I still have the boots that I spawned into the world in as a Heronir at the big level of 82. But aside from that, feeling much stronger, much more powerful. We got like one lovely fishy. Yeah. I like how when announcing the new Prey stuff coming in 12.1, Blizzard starts the announcement with Astalor's getting new voice lines. People do love them some Astalor. He's memorable. That's good. You want characters you're not going to forget about right away. Alright, so that's a nice upgrade. Couple of item levels. Is my prey target ready? It is. So let's go do that. And if we're lucky, I'll get... If I'm really lucky, I guess I'll get boots. That would be great. Boots would be awesome. Don't really need that. It would be an upgrade, but... 100 leech ticks. Ooh. Get the boots with the fur. I'm glad that some of those references are reaching the youth. That song was really big when I was a teenager. I didn't even really know what it meant. I wasn't really in like a social world where anyone really had like any concern about brand names in their clothes or anything, so I wasn't super sure. I kind of thought the jeans might be shaped but like apples. Like at the bottom of the legs. I thought it was some kind of fancy bell bottom with like apples at the bottom. It was not. I don't think. My grandma taught me. Very good. Still like that song. I wanted to try to make my warlock gnome dance to it. That's a joke. I don't know. Some people got really cool grandmas. Alright. Anything good? Yeah, actually. I got a chest piece and I still had my heirloom chest done, so that takes me from 124 up to 129. And I think we can safely hop back in. Yeah, I think we're good to port back. Wouldn't know. Mine are kind of away. So we got 2 more praise to do. Let's do Voidstorm next. I know that's kind of out of order, but let's do Voidstorm. We can see what the loot looks like. I can clean up his bags a little bit again. Not gonna bother gemming anything yet. Anything that gives an on-equip actually is kind of nice. I know that item level might count for something, but I'm not using an on-use trinket while leveling, so they're kind of wasted on me. What else do you want? One of these? How efficient is prey leveling compared to time walking? Oh, it's not. It's not bad, but time walking is going to be the fastest thing. Time walking is going to get you a little... You want maybe 2 dungeons per level, and you can do them quite quickly depending on your group. But I did a bunch of time walking already. I don't want to do any more. I could probably do 1 at some point just to get like my time walking weekly for the 500 badges is a good idea. There is a port of Voidstorm here somewhere. There it is. Would an elite set get you back into PvP at all? You mean like if they gave me a set so that I could just start playing without gearing? Or like if there was a really cool transmog? Oh, the transmog thing. Obsessed with the next druid set, especially the elite one. I should take a look at it. I doubt that that would get me back because I'm stubborn and cranky. But I should take a look at it. So we got lots of good world quests. I need to do a couple of Voidstorm world quests just for, I don't know, a quest really. And then we've got Prey too. None of these are going to give me gear upgrades. Stormarian Assault, can I make it there in time? I don't know. I haven't tried to do Stormarian Assault in so long. I know it's good XP if I can get it done. I gave up on it. It got so annoying to try to finish because it kept just not working. What if it was a pet that looked exactly like Moose? I don't know if I can be bribed into content with cosmetics anymore. I think the content has to be fun. I think the cosmetics are fun, you know, as a byproduct of the content, but I don't know if we can do content that doesn't hit anymore just because of a cosmetic starting to wear a little thin. I don't know what happened. I just saw a cat fly through a doorway like a bat out of hell. So I have the quest, which is a good start. Can I just chill here? Is it gonna be fine if I don't do anything? Getting a group finder raid. You're late, try half past the hour. Yeah. You're on time. Cats do that. I think maybe Moose scared one of them. Not in that he's being scary, but sometimes he just moves kind of fast. Like he'll just like get up or like jump because he's just in a playful mood, and then the cats will go, ah! And they'll just run away. It's true, there doesn't appear to be anybody here. Here, me and this person. Me and this one other person will maybe try and do it. Nordrasil, thank you very much for the 25-month resub. Appreciate it. Came here for the gameplay, staying for the commentary about shot mounts and occasional swearing. It's the ultimate engagement tactic. You have to you got to stay to see the occasional slip ups, but they're you got to wait a while. Speaking of cats, mine decided that she was interested in her Jingle Bell ball. For the first time ever, it was cute listening to it roll through the hall until it was happening at 3 a.m. I do not believe field accolades are going away. If anything, I think they're getting well, actually, I forget. I don't know. I don't think they're going to go away, though. Maybe somebody who's more up-to-date on PTR knows. If you could remove 2 things from WoW, what would it be? Cash shop and... The first one's easy. What's the second one? Then add 2 things in its place? Oh, never mind. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would either remove the cash shop or the sub fee. I really don't care which one. I would just love if it was an either or, not a both. Field accolades are one of the few currencies that are not going to get zeroed converted tomorrow. Flying mounts. No, flying mounts are fine. I wouldn't get rid of, like, LFR or anything. I think that's all fine. I don't know. Most things in the game, if I don't like them, they're not hurting anybody. They're just not, like, it's just not for me. So I feel like it would be really rude of me to, like, get rid of anything because somebody likes it. I suppose that's even true for the cash shop, but they'll get over it. I'm kidding. I like my flying mounts. Cash shop is what keeps the sub at $15 a month. It's the one brave thing boldly standing in our way, preventing them from charging us hundreds of dollars. We should really be grateful. Glad they eventually got rid of expansion Pathfinder achievements. Yeah. Oh, hi, Tiki. Love the utility of flying mounts. I think the game would be more interesting without them. Shrinks the world so much. I just wish we had a few more places to use ground mounts. I would love to be able to use ground mounts in more, like, indoor areas. Hello! Because I like my ground mounts and I kind of miss having more chances to use them. Hi. Glad they got... Yeah. I remember being really excited when they finally decided they were going to let us fly in WoD. Alright. How are you? Oh. See you later. Tuna's here too. Currently going through old achievements, now in the Moth, so it's giving me an opportunity to use my grand mounts for a change. That was the one thing that I had to say positive about the invasion point zones, about Nagtel and Vol, is that it was kind of nice getting to use my ground mounts for a hot second. I didn't hate that. I didn't hate that they were grounded zones. I didn't love the ambushes, but that was more of a hard mode complaint than anything. I love your cat. I have a brown tabby short hair, and I trained him to talk when he needs something, and he abuses it all the time, but he's cute, so he gets away with it. I'm not abusing it, he just needs attention. Can I have you? Can I have you? Can I steal you? Give me a little hug. Look at how big. Look at how big. Oh, he's getting on the desk. Okay. They've decided it's hang out with Mama Clock. What's your cat's name? Black one is Tiki and the white one is Tuna. He's so big, he's becoming long. He almost put on a kilo in the last month. He put on about 800 grams. But I think he's gearing up to hit a growth spurt. He's starting to get real hungry, which is what happened to Tiki before he went boom. Wish WoW would remove the Voke stuff. Evokers? I don't think evokers are hurting anybody. Unless that's a typo for woke, in which case, yikes. Healthy boy. Yeah. They're growing nice and big. Where in retail is this? We're in Voidstorm. When I move from where I am, I'm gonna get a Maine Coon friend for my tabby. Mine's a year and a couple months. Been raising him since 2 months old. Wow. Love a big kitty. Like Evoker for the most part. Wish it was a full 40-yard range caster. Yeah. I also find the mid-range thing kind of frustrating. I don't miss that part of it. People so hungry to argue today. Yeah. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it means we're reaching outside of our normal bubble. Give Zalachath shoes, please. Oh, now we're getting controversial. Give her some big, chunky, like, Hanes sports socks. Big, like, slouchy, vaguely yellowing sports socks. I wish Evoker could be a not dragon, right? Hi, Hazel. Hello. How you doing? Gnome Voker when? Down to 2 alts left for all my classes to be leveled. Started on the Demon Hunter yesterday, and of course, have defaulted to the caster-ish spec. Maine Coons to me are the BFGs of cats. It's an acronym I'm not familiar with. Get along so well with lots of different breeds. The only thing I can think of that BFG could mean is big frickin' guy. Which you could say about Maine Coons, but I have a feeling that's not what you mean. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say that having a wheelchair in WoW is not what's wrong with it. The game would be perfect if only everyone could walk. Debating what spec to level in Evoker. I know preservation will be fast for queues. I've always been super curious about augmentation. Yeah, no, it's YouTube chat. It's just curious to me, that's all. Doc Martens for Zally. Wish we had a wheelchair toy, it'd be good for roleplay. There we go. Hey, there's an upgrade. I had item level 71 bracers. We're up to 151. Happy with that. Now we just need to find some boots. I almost don't want to. The boots are almost kind of cute for being such a mess. Alright, so I am still in Prey. I got my world quest done. It's like the real life has so much influence in the space that we love to retract to. It's just, it's never been independent of real life, though. Otherwise, it would be completely abstract, you know? Fantasy's always been inspired by real life. I don't think it's worse just for having, you know, been inspired by a wider variety of experiences than just the one that it's traditionally been seen from. Item level 11 boots is so crazy. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, I'm not gonna. This is real low hanging fruit. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna get super into that. We can, I suppose, agree to disagree. Finally got an arm for my 3400 1400 monitor. Oh, nice. 3400 1400 monitor. I don't really know what those numbers mean in regards to a monitor. Having them on arms is great though. Love a custom monitor stand. I was fighting with one of mine the other day. I have mine on like big heavy pedestal stands, and I was trying to rotate one of them, but then it was too heavy and I couldn't like lift it up the thing, and I forgot how to adjust it, and I just kind of gave up and just looked at it sideways. $34.40 by $14.40. Oh, like 4K? That would make that makes sense. I think Khadgar died. It's a void puppet. What dungeon was toughest in H-Priest? I kind of forget. I know that's not helpful. It was a while ago. We finished that like a couple of months ago. I feel like it was past me. I don't remember. Wow, and 21 by 9? So much better. I kind of want to do this rare. Is it in this cave? I haven't done Voidstorm Rare. It is in this cave. I haven't done Voidstorm Rares in so long, because these were the mounts I think I got first. I'm pretty sure Voidstorm, maybe Eversong, one of the two was the zone I was able to quit with first. To me, it was Seat. Seat was fine. Seat had a couple of tough bosses, but I found it was manageable if I was not too distracted. My biggest problem on Seat was me just kind of messing up and wandering into stuff that I shouldn't be wandering into. I will not miss Seat. I know they bring back dungeons because they're like thematic sometimes, but I could kind of live without it. Some of them I feel like could maybe stay gone. What are we doing? I'm looking forward to a new season though. It'll be fun to be in a new batch of dungeons. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm gonna do something different. That one's not an upgrade. We can go to the Prey World Quest. The only requirement on Seat from the second to third to last boss was so massive in difference. Yeah. The trash mobs got really hairy. The trash mobs in the back half of that dungeon, those big mech guys, got really hairy if they were over-pulled. And there was enough time on the timer for us to do it without over-pulling them. But then it was just kind of boring, because you're just kind of fighting one or two at a time. Just kind of like sitting on your hands. But we tried it a few different ways, and that was really the best way to do it. It was just not tenable to over-pull it. Oh hey, I finally got a disarmed trap. Look at that. Hi, Kita Wolf. How you doing? Trying to gear my hunter? Oh, nice. Hi, Moose. How are you doing? Hi, you want to say hi? Puppy dog tail. You excited about Hunter in season 2? What are you gonna do? Oh, there's a cataloging quest. We can do that. I'm Moose. Oh, he's gonna lay down on the bed. Survival Hunter? Nice. I've heard good things. I've heard people really enjoying that. Love seeing how happy the moose is. The tail wags precious. He's a happy boy. He was so happy when we brought the cats home from the vet. I think he must have been worried about them when they were gone. He just wanted to to bathe them thoroughly, and he was wagging his tail so hard, and they're just like, hey, I just got home, give me a second. And he's like, no, I can't, I missed you. We're gone for like what, an hour? Best Hunter spec. Oh, sleepy boy. Got my main warlock to item level 280 today. Was so happy. Nice. That's an excellent spot to be. I have a fear that I'm going to end up just winging it on my warrior, and it's going to be kind of ugly for a while. It usually is. Normally I go into a season and it's a bit ugly for a week or so. No one is ever online where my WoW house is. I've never seen another person in my WoW village despite all the plots being taken. Yeah, I feel like some public neighborhoods end up like that because people that are like super into housing might end up more in communities and neighborhoods with each other and not just in the public ones. My guild's super deserted. There's like, I mean, we only have like I think less than a dozen houses taken in our neighborhood, and they're almost always empty. But I still like hanging around. People will come back around when there's new stuff going on. Most public hoods are like that. Yeah. Hate it when the camera won't focus. Oh, in the for a moment I thought you meant my camera, and I'm like, yeah, me too. That's annoying. When the World Quest camera, get a guild or charter hood if you want to see people build stuff in neighboring plots. Yeah. Neighborhood very busy, which is nice, but it's all our peers and it's a private charter. Yeah. That must be kind of cool. People must. Hang on. I have a trap for this. I'm prepared. We run events in there and stuff. I'm imagining people just like walking around. I don't know why I would want to socialize with people in a WoW neighborhood when I wouldn't. I don't even do that in real life. Oh man. Maybe in WoW it's a fantasy land where I have more to say. I really struggle with small talk. I think it's because I'm inexperienced and I don't have maybe I'm too much of a hermit or something. Like whenever I end up trying to make small talk with like neighbors and whatnot, I just have nothing to share. So like I can ask questions about and I can show interest in things that other people are telling me about, and that's great. That's always a good start for conversations. But then there's like this awkward lull where I just don't have anything to say because like I don't know, I work weird hours and I work a weird job and I don't know anybody and I don't go anywhere. So like and I don't really talk too much about what I do when I do meet people in person. Partly because it's hard to explain and partly for privacy. So I just end up being just vaguely strange. Easier in RP because you can put it outside yourself. You could use it to practice. Make it a character point that they're a bit awkward, right? WoW housing, you just glaze people who build stuff in their house. It's easy. Have they ever spoken to possible Pandaria-like gardening in neighborhoods? We'd love to grow crops. I haven't seen anything, but I've been kind of out of touch of interviews and whatnot. I would love some gardening in the WoW neighborhood, but I don't want it to make actual usable herbs. I just want it to be able to grow, like, decor, basically. I would love to be able to make or grow different, like, cosmetic flowers. Wish I had a vaguely strange neighbor. Yeah, I mean, at least I have a cute dog. There's always that. He's always handsome, so they'll have gotten something out of it. Whenever I get asked if there's anything new, almost never nothing is new. Yeah. Or people ask if I'm going anywhere this summer or over the weekend or whatever. No. My vet asked me if we managed to have any fun over the summer because we were stuck home dealing with ringworm for a lot of it. And I'm like, well, I would kind of be home anyway. Why would I do that? We did get the 8 out of 8 mount. Tell people you farm mounts, no context needed. I feel like I'm a little baby practice adult. Alright, so the prey's done. What do we get in the box? Just golden marl. So you get 2 pieces of gear, even if you're just leveling. Dog's weather. Talk about how bad the mosquitoes are. I hate mosquitoes. I can do the weather, and that's usually where it starts and ends, is, wow, blank has been happening, or this is nice, or this isn't so bad, or what do you think of this? This is good for the garden. Bet the ducks are happy. And then that's it. That's all I have to say. Which is fine. Nobody really wants to talk for that long anyway. I was gonna do just the last one in Herondar. I'm a mount farmer. Oh, I didn't turn this in. That's fine. I could just like port to Herondar. I am a Heroneer. So I have the route walking thing, but given that we're in Silverman, I think I can probably just find the portal. Somebody showed me their house. It was a cave, there was a hole to fall into, and I died. In a WoW house? Presumably a WoW house, otherwise we wouldn't be speaking with us unless you're speaking to us from the beyond. But, I didn't realize you could even... I mean, I guess of course you could take fall damage in a neighborhood. I didn't know you could, in a house, make it such that you could die. Is it worth coming back to WoW if you don't raid or do Mythic Plus? Yeah, if there's something else that you'd like to do, there's plenty of there's plenty of other things to do. It's just a question of if they sound fun to you. There's collecting, there's questing, there's still gearing. You can still gear and progress. You could do delves. You can do any number of the other outdoor things that they've added that aren't delves that are coming up. There's lots of solo content you can do. Delves and prey. You can do any of these any good for me? Could upgrade the Lynx Locket. Mount or Mog or pet collecting. My neck of the woods, where there's steady wildfire activity, that's an easy talking point. Talk smoke and climate change. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, that's Stumpy. We don't fight Stumpy. We don't mess with Stumpy. Defeat enemies to lure out your prey target. Alright. So prey's not going to give me boots. I should probably consider doing a time walking dungeon just to kind of top up my buff here a little bit. Plus it'll give us 500 badges. The first one of the week is usually worthwhile. I would have a lot more time walking badges in my life if I made sure to do at least one time walking dungeon every time time walking came around. I just I don't usually. Really excited for the last Titan. I hope it feels like BFA, because BFA had Titan stuff. After harassing my sister for years, she finally caved and adopted a cat. According to the shelter, she's just a street cat, but looks like 99% Abyssinian. Oh, those are the best. Should my next level character be a Windwalker Monk or a Feral Druid? I mean, I'm kind of team Feral Druid just because that's what I'm on right now. Mind you, I'm using the one button, so I don't really know what's going on, but it feels good. Feels fun. Yeah, boots must pop up in World Quest sometimes. I didn't see any up at this point. I'm sure I could buy crafted boots. I won't, though. That doesn't sound like me. Feral, be a kitty cat it is. It's cat season. Hi, Tuna. Tuna's flopped down right next to my chair. How you doing, buddy? I won't pick you up. You can just relax there. Tuna's been doing a really cute thing where he'll wake up from a nap and he'll kind of realize that he's alone in a room or like just in his cat tree or whatever. He wakes up and he kind of like looks around and then he just starts going, and he like yells. And then he does this while he's getting up and climbing down from wherever he is. And then until he finds me, yelling the entire time. He doesn't look first. He just yells the entire time. Hello. And then when he finds me, he like climbs up to come cuddle, and then he'll stop yelling and like snuggle down or take a nap or whatever, like just go back to sleep. But it's just like he wakes up and he just it's so funny. Hi. Wow, wow. You're making funny sounds. That one's Tiki. And sometimes he's even, like, located me. Like, he's found me. He's looking at me, but he's still yelling until the point where he gets over and climbs up on my lap. Funny dude. I've actually managed to use all my rested. That's kind of nice. I want to finish this. I do want to do another time walking dungeon. I would like to re-up my Darkmoon Faire buff though. So I'm thinking I finish the Prey in this zone. And then I go back to Darkmoon Faire and then I can queue up for like a Dragonflight dungeon. Do just like one. I would be pretty happy to get to like 85 today. That would be pretty good. Bit of progress. I am Alliance usually, whenever I get the chance to be. Although a bunch of my characters are Horde now, because it really doesn't matter. I could bring a Horde character to Guild Raid and have them in the guild if I really wanted to. Alright kids, let's not do that. One sec. I could also, if I'm lucky, I could get boots to drop in a dungeon. The kitties are getting into just enough trouble where I should probably keep an eye on them to make sure they don't do anything they really shouldn't. How many tunes do you have? Somewhere in the neighborhood of 33 or 34. I only remember because I know it's somewhere close to my age. There was a moment in time where I had exactly as many 80 characters, as many level 80 tunes as I was years old, and I was like, okay, I can remember. But then I either leveled one more, or maybe I got older, I don't know. I don't know if it's still bang on, it might be close. If you only level one tune per year, then you will always know. At least until you become as many years old as the character limit is, and then you've got a problem. I am wanting to give Druid Mating a real try next season, I think. I will accept being a bad druid. That is the trick, isn't it? That is the key. You kind of have to make your peace with being a beginner. Have every class at 90, nice. Join you for time walking. I usually just random queue. I'm not gonna lie. I usually just kind of queue up and play with whoever the universe happens to give me. One button assist, best thing ever in the game. It's nice for something like this where I'm not planning on playing Feral. I don't really need to learn it. I'm just using it to quest while I wait for because the main spec would be Resto in this case. Okay, so I finished the world quest. I do need to do more stuff if I want to get my Prey done though. We're not that progressed on it. Rares would be fine. I guess world quest would be fine. Traps would be fine. This one will give me some gold. I wouldn't say no to like 983 gold. I don't know if I'm going to play much of this character in the next season. It's going to be kind of depending on if it sounds fun or not. We're going to see how badly I miss healing. Once I start DPSing keys badly, we'll see how badly I miss healing. I think I can stick to DPS for a season. It's just one season. It's not like I'm telling myself I'm quitting healing forever. I think that would be a silly thing to do. I like healing too much, but I can take one season. Oh, level 84? Wow. No, I'm going to DPS for raid and for keys. I want to do it properly. Just for the one season. I'll probably be back to healing for the last tier. But I want to really do it properly and completely. I think if I don't play enough WoW to really split my spec, is my thinking. I think if I tried to be two things, I would be behind in both of them, and then I would just wash out altogether. I think I need to really have just literally one spec, and that's going to be the thing that I gear up and play and focus on, and that's my best chance to, like, feel satisfied at it. Hi, Tuna! Do you want up? Do you want up, my love? Would you like help? Hi! Oh, I gotcha. That's exciting and fun. Oh, there he goes. You can sit at my desk, that's fine. As a long-term healer, moonlighting is a DPS for a season. You should obviously make a heal me macro when you drop below 98% health, just like all good melee does. Oh, man. I'm gonna be in melee. I'm gonna be taking way more damage than 2%. I think that's gonna be my biggest struggle, is just learning how to avoid damage in melee, because I'm so unpracticed at it. Like, I'm not new to being a DPS, but I'm very new to being a range or a melee DPS. Oh, I can just fly into these? Man, I didn't realize wildfires were perpetuated by a lack of birds flying into them. The DS mount will not drop. Oh, the Blazing Drake? Yeah. Dragon Soul mounts are so frustrating to farm. Fury, one of the more fun DPS choices, especially for melee. Yeah. Do you think that I'll have an easier time seeing mechanics to avoid in melee because my character model won't be taking up very much of the screen because I'm just a little gnome? That could be true, right? Revalia, thank you very much for the 37-month resub for the one and only Hazel I know since 37 months. Because she's the only Hazel we need. Thanks for being here. Just fly near him. Tuna wants tuna. Tuna had a little bit of beef liver at the vet. He was offered a licky treat, like, and then he thought, maybe, maybe not. And then they gave him a little dog treat, and he thought, maybe, maybe not. And then he was like, you know what, I'm gonna have both of them, actually. Actually, I will eat all of this. It was good. Oh, Novel, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Hopefully you're having a good day so far. Hello! How you doing? I could go for some beef liver. You sound like my dog. I've created a monster where I have to bribe him to get him back in the house if he's been out in the yard, because he knows his worth, so he won't come in unless there's a treat. And if there is a treat, he has to kind of think about if he wants it or not. So sometimes you have to really like he'll make you show your hand. Like he'll come up to the doorway and he'll stand there and be like, well, what do you got? What are we saying? Hi, Tiki. Do you want up too? Are we gonna have 2 cats up here? Wow. Wow. What class are you mating in season 2? Join late. I am going to be a Fury Warrior for the first time in my whole life. I've always been either a Shadow Priest or a Holy Priest. Really, for the most part, and I am okay. You guys are both gonna fit. I'm gonna do a melee season. I'm gonna learn something, even if what I learn is that I don't like melee. I'm gonna learn it. Anchor Jim, thank you for the 16-month resub. Still get an anniversary, even though I haven't subbed in over a year. You've been in the stream long enough to pick up gift subs, and that counts. What do you have for me, peasant? What do you got? If we ever get another dog, I feel like Moose is gonna teach that dog. Like, that dog's gonna want to be like, oh, I'm gonna come back in the house. And Moose is gonna be like, wait, hold on. See what they have first. See what they're willing to give you. Holy Priest gang. That it could be F tier and still play it. That's how I feel about Holy Priest too. I'm not quitting it forever, but I just want to try something different for a season. Tiki, that's my mouse. Please don't bait my mouse. You can't lay on my desk if you're gonna chew on my mouse cable. That's the rule. Hi, Jedi Bob. How you doing? They can get the Warclaves of Azeroth achieve at Black Temple. Tiki, that's my mouse cable. I know you can't see him because he blends in too much, but look how beautiful. Look at how luscious. He's just part of my shirt. Hi. How are you? There's some eyes. Only play healers one day. Whenever I get drunk enough. Lose all my common sense. Do not care for sanity and peace. Will try tank. Yeah. Oh, Tiki's attacking my monitor. He's attacking my druid form. Tiki, that's... I can't afford to replace that. Okay. Doing it. I don't know what I was thinking giving both of the cats 2-syllable T names. They're impossible to say the right one whenever one of them's in trouble. Alright, okay. You can't chew on that. Mwah. Alright. You can't chew on it either. Rules apply equally. Does you leveling right now mean you got the Pango finally? It does. I did. Look at this. Look at this. Weeks we spent in Zolomon, and honestly, I kind of miss it. I feel like I should be there still. I got really used to it. I was a bit sad this morning. I was getting ready for stream, and I was thinking, what am I gonna do? This isn't the same. I feel rudderless. I had a goal. Now what do I have? Cats. Nickname both of them Tunky, and good morning. Morning, Wolfcloud. How you doing? Any new wildlife sightings? One more flower. From a distance, it kind of looks like Hazel's just snuggling a really baggy shirt. Yeah, I mean, basically. It's my primary criteria for clothing is, do I feel like I'm still in bed? Hi, Pickle, how you doing today? How are we doing on this? Oh, we are ready for it. Those shoulders are sick. Had no idea the Nightmare kill this or die mechanic is gone. So happy. It's coming... Yeah, they're going to do different Nightmare mechanics. I've heard that Nightmare Prey is still tricky in 12.1, but just in a different way. Like, it's more AFK tolerant, but there's more stuff to dodge, too. Like, you have to... When you're actually doing it, it's a bit more dangerous. Hope you're doing well. I made spicy pork udon noodles for dinner. They were so good. Nice. Love making something a little out of the ordinary. What did I make? Well, I'm making stuff out of the ordinary, but that's just because I need groceries, so I don't have my normal ingredients. So I'm kind of making do. I just gotta go shop. I just don't want to. Pay my sub so I can die as much as I wanna. Having chili for dinner with garlic bread? Ooh, that sounds good. Like an unusual summer meal, but something that I would totally do. We had a raccoon and a skunk visit the other night, according to the cameras. Fortunately, the mountain lion was just a weird dream. Spooky dream. Why are the Hawkstriders ground mounts? I want the void-touched one to fly. Try to do Nightmare on my Brewmaster. Had to switch to Windwalker. Spec I don't really enjoy playing. Yeah. Normally I like doing them on like a really undergeared, freshly leveled character, because it's a pretty fun challenge. And depending on the character, sometimes you can handle it and sometimes you can't. Usually I can. I don't know what it's going to be like in the new season, though. Hilarious if the void-touched one only jetpack flew and its toes hung down like Xalatath. I don't know what's going on, but I heard garlic bread. Where do I sign up, right? how are things? So 84 finished with Prey. We also did the weekly. I'm gonna pick up another hour's worth of Darkmoon Faire buff and maybe get in queue for one time walking dungeon. We could heal one time walking dungeon. That would be okay. Potato bread. The add-on I am using that changes my waypoint is called Waypoint UI. Ooh, I should get my thing before I even turn in that quest, honestly. Let's do that. Waypoint UI. It's awesome. I really like it. I got it for the first time in Undermine. And I couldn't believe I had been living without it for so long. English muffins, minced garlic and butter. They make me hungry. I have a little kitty cat falling asleep on my desk. Hi, Tuna. I wanted to try making naan bread at home. I didn't realize it uses yogurt. I was looking up a couple recipes to see if I could like whip up some dough in the bread machine and then just like pan fry it. And I didn't have any yogurt. I might have to consider getting some just to try and just to try it out and see. Fresh bread usually, it's not going to turn out the way that you wanted it to, but like it'll still be good. As long as it's cooked, it's going to be fine. Oh, that's an upgrade. Yogurt for the bubbles. What add-on? Oh, I read that one already. I was just thinking I could have a desk cam and then you could see the kitty sleeping on my desk. I could just point away like a webcam at the keyboard. But then I would be kind of exposing how messy my desk is. I am not really a cable management queen. I vaguely wish I was, but not enough to put any effort in, which I think is why I'm not a cable management queen. Good pan fry any bread, really. I tried making bannock once. A long time ago. I haven't tried recently. Pretty good. Have you ever tried making focaccia? Yeah, but mine is so twisted and far from original focaccia that I don't think we can really call it focaccia anymore. Traditional focaccia has a lot of oil, and it ends up being very thin and very, like, kind of oily. And I like it to be more like just like a big fluffy herb bread, but I still want to dip it in olive oil and balsamic vinegar. I love balsamic vinegar. We're gonna hop on the carousel, that's the thing. I love how Westerners say yogurt. Yogurt? As a Brit, we say yogurt. Yogurt. I've been watching Love is Blind UK, an older season of it, just for something to put on. And I always enjoy an accent. There's lots of different accents because people are from different places on the show, but sometimes a phrase will just kind of hit me as just like peculiar or funny because I'm not used to it, and then I'll enjoy it extra just because it's different. It's like when people say that's jokes. All you need for cable management is not letting it get tripped over or yanked on. Everything else is gravy unless there's a photo op. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing a new season of it soon. I think that's probably why it popped up on my thing. Okay, we're gonna heal a dungeon is what we're gonna do. Speaking of healing. I love when they say, "Can I have a chat?" My 4-year-old daughter now asks me this as she's heard it in the background. Yeah, that's very, very reality TV. We're gonna do time walking. We're gonna heal a time walking dungeon. That's the stuff. I don't know what any of my talent points do, but we're just taking the default ones. Most Brits will say, "You okay?" But we're not actually asking if you're okay. It's just another way of saying hi. All right. Yeah. I feel like you get that in North America as well. we'll get variations of how are you or how are you doing or how's it going. And the only generally accepted answer is good or fine or yeah or you know. Like it's more of a greeting than an actual question. That used to bother me when I was younger and more literal. I used to wonder why none of us were actually talking about how each other was doing, and then I've realized you're just being polite. Yeah. Sometimes it's not a good moment to drama dump. My response is, do you really want to know? Yeah. I just operate under the assumption that nobody really wants to know. If they really want to know, you'll know because it'll be like somebody that you're very close friends with, or like a partner or your parent or somebody. And if they're asking you and you have time, they probably want to know. It's a context thing. Your cashier never wants to know. Unless they're very, very bored at work. Go with, I'm alive. Is it good? Is it bad? Who knows? Hi. Alright. I'm ready to heal. More or less. We just need a tank to show up. How else do I pass the time when I'm pulling out my coupons and writing my check? I'm gonna count out the pennies. Fine. Got out on parole and joined the outside. People make a sad noise. I have an ice-breaking counterpoint. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 5 is volcanoes are bad and 9 is I live in Pompeii. Oh dear. Do you think our tank's gonna show up? They're just offline. They've DC'd, I guess. I wonder if the portal got them. Maybe if I just keep buffing everybody, everything will be fine. I read about a supermarket that made a slow lane cashier for people who really want to talk. That's kind of nice. Alright, we're off and away. Becomes a way to commiserate without needing the deets. I like the slow lane cashier extra because you would presumably staff it with a cashier who's like down for that. Speaking of paper check and grocery line, I saw a lady stick around to balance the checkbook while standing there. Like she was a giga mom time traveler from the 70s. I'm not even that young, but I, to this day, don't really know what we mean by balancing the checkbook. I've written checks before. I used to have to pay my rent with a check. But... Oh, Tuna. Tuna, sweetie. I need that button. I need those buttons. Tuna's putting his face on my keyboard and pressing like the screen print button and whatnot. But yeah, I didn't really know what balancing it meant. You kind of either have money or you don't. Tuna's helping with your rotation, right? What's spent and what's left? Maybe I'm just getting hung up on the verb balance. I don't understand how it's balancing. I think I'm too used to online banking where where it's easy to see how much I have left without needing to do any math myself. I think that's probably where my disconnect is coming from, is it's very foreign to me. Because even when I was a kid, you could still like check your balance at the ATM. You would deposit your little $10 bill into the ATM and then they would give you a little receipt and it was like, you have $42. And you could figure out how many Beanie Babies that was. I never had to actually like keep track. You know more about what checks you've written that aren't cashed yet compared to the bank. Oh. Right. Wild. I don't think I could have functioned in the 80s or 90s. Like, I was a child in the 90s, so I was okay because my mom could do it for me. I don't think I could have dealt. I don't know if my admin skills would have caught up to the modern norms. No, no, it's not your bad at all. It's a totally normal phrase. I've just never been able to wrap my head around it. That's a me thing, not a you thing. Because you guys are right. Like, checks that haven't cashed yet. I get it now. No, I don't. Yeah, you would have written checks that hadn't gone through yet, but you still needed to account for that. Yeah. I've written checks, but I've never really written more than one at a time. He didn't balance in the book. Who's happy to have Dragonflight Time walking back? I don't know if the dungeons are the fastest ones, but the rewards are great. I had a great time shopping on the vendor. Tiki's just moseying around the room going cheep, 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 cheep. Say you have N100 in the bank, allegedly due yesterday. Internet bill hasn't tapped it yet. Yeah. I guess that's part of what stresses me out nowadays is, similar sort of thing, but not really, in that, like, sure, I'll know how much money is in the bank, but because I don't have, I pay estimated taxes. I don't have any taxes withheld. So I could have money in the bank, but that doesn't mean that all of it's mine. I need to make sure that I have enough set aside to make my estimated payments and remember to do them on time and whatever. But the amounts might fluctuate depending on how much money I've made, how much money I expect to be making, what my accountant said, what the CRA said. And also, like, it's usually kind of a painful dent because you pay it quarterly. And back when I used to just, like, make no money and also work a job where they did withhold, it didn't really... I didn't worry too much about, like, how much was being withheld in taxes, but it kind of hurts when you have to, like, count up X amount of months of it and be like, wait, but I thought I was going to buy food. So similar kind of thing where, like, I won't want to spend money because I haven't done the math. Like, I'm pretty sure that I can afford to pay my quarterly taxes, but I really don't want to, like, over leverage because not all of the money in my account is mine. Some of it is the government's, and we just haven't really, like, done the math yet because the math is always annoying. Still think content creators have to do taxes a few times a year. And I'm sure it depends on where you live, because taxes are local to the country that you're in and where you're paying taxes to. In the two countries that I've done it in, it's just the same as being like any other sort of self-employed thing where nobody's withholding taxes, and then you would pay them in estimated installments. Very normal. I have relatives that work on the same, like, they do different jobs, but they do their taxes the same way. Sounds confusing. In the UK, I never see my taxes taken automatically. Yeah. My particular brand of whatever's up with my brain has things like taxes and bureaucracy and, like, life admin as my absolute Achilles heel. Because, like, it's not that I'm stupid, and I'm not even that disorganized. I just have so much anxiety about it that I end up avoiding it, which makes it all much harder to deal with correctly and to understand, and it doesn't help that it is complicated. It's not just kind of like you can sit down and figure it out. Like, I have an accountant and I still have to do, like, a whole bunch of bookkeeping to keep it straight, to be able to be doing it correctly and to have all my records straight so that if I ever do get audited, I know kind of how to supply the things that they're looking for. But yeah, that's one of the things that before getting my house would stress me out the most in my life, is every year there would be, like, a month straight where I was just, like, spiraling because I was trying desperately to get stuff together, and it's like, wait, what do you mean you need this number? How do I even get that number? I don't know. Weird facts. This I need an invoice. This person never sent me an invoice. It's Moose. Moose is the accountant. I wish Moose is the accountant. I could pay him in beef. I guess I haven't tried paying my actual accountant in beef. You might appreciate it. Morning, Hazel. Have fun. Time walk until your brain melts. Oh, thanks. I'm just doing one. I'm just re-upping my Time Ways buff. And doing, I figure I'll get, like, my 500 badges. Woo. I'm level 84. Good evening, Hazel and chat. Good evening. But even when I was, like, a young and working retail with withheld taxes, and taxes were much more straightforward, and I was just doing it with, like, I don't know, whatever the Intuit software is. TurboTax or whatever, that still stressed me out, and it was like 4 numbers on a form that I had easily available to me. It used to freak me out even back then when I didn't know how good I had it. Hi, baby boy. What are we doing? Oh, just letting somebody be a sheep for a while. Careful, Deaky. I gotta put that thing away. That's not a good spot for you to be. Uh-oh. My worst fear. I think we're taking this portal over. I used to get really lost in this dungeon. It used to be so easy for me to get myself turned around and then start running the wrong way. And then I would never find my group again. Oh, hi. Hi, Mr. Stomps. How are ya? Want to sit with me? This is my first dungeon random in Dragonflight. I never super liked this one. The bosses are largely fine. The last one was kind of annoying to heal sometimes, but the bosses were largely fine. It was just like navigating around it that I guess I didn't like. It doesn't help that it had a skip. It had like a jump skip that I could mess up or fall off of. Or get lost from if I died and I was trying to run back and I couldn't remember how to get back. I think that's where my dislike of it came from. And the players were 2 of them horrible, racing ahead like it's 15. Yeah. It's very easy to get lost in this one, I feel like. I remember feeling like such a responsible adult, age 15, doing single-page paper tax forms for my minimum wage job. Didn't realize the mess they would become as the hip-hopper say mo money mo problems. Yeah, I was thinking that is kind of the upside, is that the only reason that it's this annoying and stressful is because there is money to pay taxes on. So that's kind of a good thing. Could be worse. Can't pay taxes on... Well, hopefully you can't pay taxes on money that you didn't make. I leveled all the alts I had lined up. Time for some chill housing builds. Oh, nice. Yeah, I wonder if people are starting to feel about done with time walking just because it's the last week of Time Ways. Not blaming both mages for not time warping. Tried a time warp, didn't work. Don't mind the Streamlabs timeout. You're fine. I can still see your message. We're going this way, yeah. When I was filing for one of my early jobs as a young person, I don't know how it happened. I don't really know what the mistake was, but at one point I remember getting like a reassessment and then a bill for like $800. And I wasn't making very much money. And I did not have $800. And I remember thinking, well, this is it. It's over for me. I guess I'm going to jail and I will never recover from this. Like, I was like panicking. And I ended up having to call the agency and talk with them, which sounded terrifying to me, being afraid of phones and agencies. But it ended up being fine. Like, I was able to work out a payment plan with them and managed to deal with it, and it wasn't actually that big of a deal in the long run. But I feel like that really freaked me out for like the rest of my life. I'm like always a little afraid there's going to be some unexpected bill that I can't deal with, even though I did my best to deal with everything. The Canadian agencies are pretty good though, where I've found that if you contact them and you are upfront about like what you're dealing with and what the problem is, they are generally very helpful. It's if you're not cooperating that it's more of a problem. I don't know if it's that way in all places in the world, but I've had very good luck with Canadian agencies being very helpful when contacted for that kind of thing. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. It was so long ago. I don't know what the reassessment would have been like, because it was a pretty straightforward job, and I'd never had that happen before or since at that place. But I don't know. What kind of agency? CRA, Canadian Revenue. It's like the Canadian version of the IRS. Now I feel weird and sad. Oh, don't feel weird and sad. It's just because there was a period sandwich between two letters and the bot mistakenly thought it was a link. Happens all the time. Hi. Anyway, I need to think about something more cheerful to talk about. Hi. Oh, hello. Welcome back. Oh, I need to dispel you. You guys both gonna be at my desk? That's so cute. I used to use big debuffs to see dispels like polymorphs like super clearly, and ever since I stopped using it, or maybe it stopped getting updated or something, I've been kind of slow at that. Made any good foods lately? That's a good question. I bet you guys have. I don't think I have. I'm a little bit in a bit of a rut. I'm doing okay, but I'm not doing great. Eating pasta with homemade pesto? That sounds pretty good. I've been waiting for my tomatoes to start to ripen so I can make more tomato-y thingies. You get a lot of mosquitoes in Canada? Yeah. It's very location dependent, but where I live, yeah, there's quite a few of them, especially, like, I just don't go out in the evenings or the morning without being covered. Completely covered. And even then, they still sometimes get me. Especially if I go fishing, they like hanging out near water. They'll get me like through my socks, which I find very rude. It's like, that shouldn't be allowed. When you going fishing? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one of those things. Shall in the future be more careful about punks racing ahead, as if it's a plus 15. Hi. Oh, hi, sweetie. Nice kitty. It wouldn't hurt to catch some salmon this summer, though. We finally finished all the salmon in the freezer from last year, so we're not behind. Waiting for you to fall off the platform, right? Can't be falling asleep on the job. Well, the kitties are napping. That's cute. Years ago, I got exposed to Eastern Canadian cottage culture and thought, this is a thing where people go outside of their cottages and get devoured by mosquitoes, good lord. Catch salmon where you are? Yeah, there's some good salmon fishing in BC. I did get the last CA mount. It dropped on Sunday? It's funny, I got the exact same question in both YouTube and Twitch chat at the same time. Dropped on Sunday. Next time we do a mount farm, I'll have to get an add-on, whether it's rarity or like a fishing add-on for the fishing thing to actually count attempts so that we have some data. What's next? We're going to play some patch stuff for a while. I don't want to start another farm because we're like a week away from patch drop. And I know I'm going to want to do some of the new content. Solo shuffle, that would be a change. Yeah, I was running multiple characters a day. Towards the end, I was getting through 9 or 10 of them in a stream because it was just one zone, so I was able to do it over and over again. Oh, there's a nice gear upgrade. That was a long dungeon. That was the one I only did one time walking dungeon. I feel like we were in it a long time. Make sure you withhold the correct amount of salmon. Fish agency may come calling for a fillet. You'd better have it. Ironically, not ironically, but there are a lot of regulations around salmon fishing. You have to make sure you have your license and your salmon stamp. You have to be aware of if you're catching a hatchery or a wild salmon. My husband knows more about it, but there's like a salmon head recovery program where certain fish, you need to bring the head somewhere so that the org can like count them and stuff. It's all conservation related. It's good stuff. But I'm glad that I have someone to help me navigate that because the the fishing regulation maps and everything are really confusing to me. So I'm glad someone around here can figure out where we're allowed to fish. You have to compete with bears for salmon. You got to be careful about bears when you're fishing, because if you're fishing, there very well may be bears that are trying to do the same thing in the same area. And there's no way to get them interested quite like having big bloody fish. Started growing pumpkins for the first time. So far, lots of vine and leaf growth. No pumpkins. Oh, it sounds exciting though. I hope they turn out. I tried to do cucumbers this year, and my cucumber plant got like this big, and it never grew. It didn't die, it didn't grow, it just kind of existed there. It just sort of is what it is. Tomatoes are doing great though. Canadian Fish Agency, famous for employing bears. So let's go back to Silvermoon now. We can turn in this weekly. And then we can maybe drop by Voldraken to turn in the Flightstone too. Growing squash. They don't grow very big, sadly. Yeah, the main harvest I'm still looking forward to is my peppers. I've been eating lots of blackberries, which is nice. I ended up just making a big smoothie, which is pretty good. Do the bears pay their taxes? Someone should check and see if the bears are paying their taxes. Do you think the fish head thing run by bears who are running a rogue op? Sounds like it, doesn't it? Nice marl. That's good. We don't really care about the story of the spectacular victory. We can go turn in the time walking badge thing. I'm pretty happy with how my leveling went. I got to 85, which is where I wanted to be. That was the leveling I wanted to do. I did my prey. Did I do all 4 weeklies? No, I didn't do Legends of the Heronir. I'm sure it's not hard to do, but I feel like I've had a bad time trying to repeat that one on alts. Bears paying taxes be a good guild name with a Guardian Druid tank. Have not grown squash yet. Do they usually grow small? I wonder if it depends on the type of squash. I've never grown zucchini, but I've been promised by everyone that's grown zucchini that they're free. That if you are growing them, you will have more zucchini than you could possibly shake a stick at. And that's why people just end up giving you zucchinis. Just on the street. Strangers, here. Have a zucchini. Where am I going? Valdraken. Sounds unbearable. Can't bear to watch. Glitchy, 2k gold for no combat is 2k gold for no combat, you know. Veldraken? Veldraken. I'll take the black bears. Someone else can do the browns and grizzlies. Favorite way to consume and prep the fish you catch. We've just been cubing the salmon and having it on a bowl of rice. It's good. Little spicy mayo. Some cucumber. Some little bit of seaweed. It's like sushi but with less steps. We have a deep freezer that freezes it to the temperature where it's safe to consume raw, so we've honestly just been eating a lot of it raw. It's yummy. How quickly does cubed salmon cook? I don't know. I don't cook it. Eat with sauce. It's like a poke bowl. However, you would not want to try that at home if you did not have the right freezer temperatures to freeze it for, because that would be dangerous. Woman shakes stick and zucchini more in the 6 p.m. news. Alright, we got our badges. I think that this guy could probably retire for the day unless I wanted to time walk more. It would be good experience to time walk more. Maybe I would get lucky and I would get a... Maybe I would get a... whatchamacallit, a group that's going a little faster. I mean, what else am I really gonna do? I know I need to, like, set up my warrior, but I don't really know what that means. I haven't decided what that means. I guess I'll just queue up. May as well. Need to use these taxis more often in WoW. They're so relaxing. I love a flight path. I will put myself on flight paths to fly places that are not even very far away. Free zucchini sounds nice. I like pan-searing like little planks of zucchini and then having them with like a little salt. Those are good. What am I doing? No, we just went to Veldraken. We did that already. Silvermoon. Get a lot of snakes because of the blackberry bushes? Not really. There's some. They're just garden snakes. They're cute. The blackberry bushes attract bears, but that's fine. There's more blackberries than anybody could possibly eat. Kind of miss the Flight Master's whistle. I always wondered why they moved away from that. I always wondered what changed, like what epiphany was had that led them to not do Flight Master's whistle anymore. Have you completed all content in 12.0, or do you usually get everything you want before the next one drops? About 10 to 20% done, get stuck in Mythic Plus. I never get, like, all the things done. I usually have a couple of goals, key and raid-wise, and I've done those some time ago. I like to do the Nemesis boss. Some kind of a key achievement. I did 34 this season. AOTC, which is going to happen. It's just kind of whatever feels good. I got the mounts from the new zones. That was nice. Oh, you know what I should do that I won't? Is I should do the questing. I've been told that they're not going to let me do the new zone if I don't do the story quest they put out. Thought it was great, would love for it to work in all expansions. Yeah, skywriting. I guess so, but like, I don't think that the flight whistle would invalidate skywriting. Coming from Final Fantasy XIV, the first thing I do in WoW is the main quest. Did it yesterday just in case. There are literal mounts I could get just for completing the story. I've just gotten really stubborn about it. I just really hate doing max level questing. In my brain, quest is for leveling. If I am level 80 or 90 or whatever the cap is, 90, why do I need the quest? Why? I hate it. Don't make me do it. I leveled already. Time to get unstubborn. Uh-huh. Oh, you can't see this key sitting up here. Yeah, sometimes you just want to take a flight path. For all the characters? Oh, no, just one. I don't do keys on alts or anything like that. There's an add-on. It gives voice acting to all side quests. It's lovely. You maybe could, like, not do the quests. Oh. Hang on. My cats are very cutely trying to cuddle together in a pile, but he's in danger of sitting on the sound mixer. I did get the last mount that I was farming. I did. Need to be summoned to the dungeons and raids. I'm wondering if they're really gonna stick to their guns and make you do that quest in order to access the new zones. I guess probably they usually do. Because I'm gonna want to collect in the new zone, so I'm gonna have to do it. I just don't want to. Sounds good for now. Let me know if that changes. We are one cat butt roll away from a bunch of static. Alright. Now I'm just time walking for something to do. That's how you know it's dire. Which quest are you dodging? There's like endgame story quests that they've added. I never finished the original campaign, but there's new stuff that leads into the next patch. It's a cat's world, we just live in it. Maine hasn't done the battle on the bridge yet. Yeah. Usually they kinda let you get away with it. Catmint is level 85. Up a couple levels today. Might have finished it one late night. Trying to read some of these character names, it's not going well. Hey Hazel, how are you doing? Was wondering if you can help me. I want to level something, but I'm stuck between monk and warrior. Which one should I level first? Warrior. Done. Easy. We can be twins. I'm playing a warrior. I think it's super fun. Usually if you're stuck like that, either choice would be fine. You'd be happy with either one of them, so sometimes you just gotta flip a coin. Thanks! You're welcome. No problem. I got you. Have dice if you think it would help. I've used all kinds of various arbitrary decision-making techniques online. Wheel spitting / rolling. Okay, 2. I've done 2 different things. Pick a number for each thing and then / roll. I love how you're okay with being in Zolomon for 2 months killing elites, but they cannot drag you out to do a story quest. Makes me giggle. Yeah, I think I have, like, personality problems. I think that's probably part of it. Just getting titchy about whether or not something was my idea. Or, like, whether I'm doing it because I want to or because they're enforcing it, sort of thing. That phrase is a loyal moment in my career history. Tiki, don't chew off your brother's ear. He's got Tiki has Tuna's entire ear in his mouth, and he's kind of like going like he's consuming it. And Tuna is quiet, so I'm assuming he's either not in pain or he's deceased. Oh my god, it's soaking wet. You don't have to do the new content. You could just mug for him. Yeah. True. It's true. You can do whatever you want. That's what I'm always telling people. I gotta practice what I preach. Tuna, are you alive down there? You were getting the world's soggiest bath. Oh, your other ear's getting chewed on now. You can't be unevenly damp. Every now and then you get just like a little bit. Hang on. We'll do Here, if I slouch enough, I can still be in the shot, and you can get a little bit of a little tiny bit of cat violence here. I want to find the things that make WoW feel really fun for me and focus on those. I don't want to just go through the motions for the sake of going through the motions. I don't think there's a lot of joy in that. You can't spend your whole life just ruling out things that you don't want to do, though. Eventually, you're going to have to decide to do something. It is not viable or realistic for me to just be like, well, I'm just going to do nothing. Stare at wall. Cat. For me, it's genuinely chromey time leveling a character. Hate doing anything in an instance, and that's why I'm still mad about the world boss changes. Yeah. Tuna's just accepted his fate. Getting his ears chewed on. Kind of befriended Delves, but even those are such a drag. Like, why am I closed off from the real world? Delves tend to be long for me the way I do them. I don't pull aggressively enough to do delves quickly, even if I'm on a character that can safely do so. And then I end up getting annoyed that the delve is taking too long. And time, I feel like, moves differently in delves. Like, I can be in a delve for 12 minutes and it will feel like an eternity. But there's plenty of other things where that amount of time doesn't count for anything. Doing Mythic World bosses will be a nice change. Yeah, Bountiful delves 4 a day. And if you're doing that from the beginning, you won't have enough keys to do 4 a day every single day, because you only get so many keys a week. But you could do it on multiple characters. That's an option. It's me with Dungeons Mythic Plus, like, oh my gosh, we're still here, let me out! Being held hostage. Tier 11 give more than Tier 8 Bountiful. Slightly different stuff. You're gonna get better crests from doing an 11, at least your first couple of times. You'll get a little bit more experience for Valeera as well, I think. I don't know, I always go back and forth. You may not chew the mouse cable. You will be removed onto the lap or the floor. Did they raise her level cap? That's a good question. Did brands go up during War Within, season to season? Trying my best to become friends with the whole endgame grind, but I've been mostly just procrastinating, doing a Mirror to Self Mog instead. This dungeon's gone a lot faster than the last one. Also, don't mind me healing in an Agi staff. We're just not going to talk about that. Level 80 will be the new Valeera cap. Gotcha. I don't know if I ever got Valeera to her old cap. I feel like I didn't. Doing Shadowlands exploration achievements. I think that when Season 2 comes out, any achievements that are tied to specifically Prey and Delve Season 1 will become feats of strength. But you can get a lot of the same stuff in Season 2. Open your rep tab. Oh yeah, 57 of 60. So close, but not finished. 59, been a good while since they did a Bountiful Delve, right? Mostly just one of the max ranked mounts. Yeah, I'm not sure. I forget. Stop fussing over mounts when they made a bunch of them ugly. In your estimation, when was that? When was that moment where you were like, these are not worth it? Maybe I'll do some this week. I've got 68 keys. Yeah. There's pets. There's cosmetics. There always are. I gotta figure out what I even want from the game. Something, I'm sure. Oh. I think it'll start feeling more fun when my friends start kind of coming back with the new season. I have a spider with fish web arms. I'm never gonna use this now. Should I order pizza tonight? Yeah. Oh, I'm getting down. Collections are forever. That got me to level 85 and a chunk. We got half an hour. Pizza time! You sure you're thinking pizza? That's not the variable. The variable is what goes on the pizza. Do you guys get the same thing every time that you do pizza? I feel like we do. Yeah, I say yes to pizza. I don't know what I want to do. I can't say that I can't in good consciousness say I can't do the new questing because I don't have time. I literally have time. Anyway, I'm gonna get up for a sec. I will be right back. I like chat discussing pizza toppings. Pesto pizza with your favorite protein. Are we counting cheese as a protein? When you say protein, I'm imagining like what would that mean for me as a pescatarian? Pesto with tofu would be strange. I don't want tofu on a pizza. Shrimp? Yeah. I don't think I want that on a pizza either. Gosh, right about now I'm really missing mountain farming. No, cheese is cheese. Yes, cheese is a protein. There we go. I found my people. Beans on pizza? Bean pizza? As a protein, yes. On pizza? Sweden, I better not talk about my favorite pizza. Beans on pizza phoning the police. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Why not? Alright, what kind of beans? And how? I don't know. I love beans. I cannot imagine them on pizza, though. I don't think it would be gross. I think it would just be strange. Do the dumb quest. Also, it's very loud. I feel like the music's going very hard. Yeah, why not? You got me there. Hi, Mr. Sonic Gen. Black bean and mushrooms. It sounds like a great veggie burger. Mentioned the 97-cent pizza from Walmart I've had before, and I think the 97 cents would have had more flavor. Yeah. Alright. Five chapters! Should I do it on my new main? Maybe I should finish this one on my existing main, and then I should do the new one on my new main. Don't worry, it's just one. Build your house. Only chapter 1 for now. I should probably keep up with them as they come out so that I don't get too far behind. Speaking of too far behind, I kind of feel like I should finish this. The light and shadow thing. Never finished that. May as well. 1 per week over the last 5 weeks. Yeah. Am I the only one that hates it this much? Probably. I'm sure people enjoy them. Or at least find them to be inoffensive. Alright, what do you want? No, that's the new one. What do you want? Why do you need my help? Aren't you big and powerful? What do you want? Enjoyed Midnight, started in Dragonflight, hated it because I was a new player, I had no idea what was happening. That was nice. Did the same thing as you, not out of hate, it's all at once so I can remember. This one I do not believe is going to gate the new content at all, it's just that there's, I don't know, a mount or something. The sense of feeling caught up with the campaign, I guess. I always neglect them, and that's why I'm currently in the Shadowlands, because I never did the campaign at the time. Yeah. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it won't be that bad. We have, we've got good questing add-ons. We got Waypoint UI. I've got, Leatrix for auto pickup and turn in. I shouldn't have to read that much. Yeah, they don't usually require it on more than one character. You just gotta do it once. I guess I'm just taking umbrance to the have to. Have to is for things like taxes, not for things like campaign. You telling me this is what I'm doing for fun? He wants a tiny hero to do tiny adventures. Get cake? How do you normally prep for Mythic Plus? Don't know how to gear quickly. I panic and then just kind of slug my way under geared through keys with my friends until I get enough stuff from the either. Or if I'm feeling really ambitious, I will do delves and pray at the highest difficulty to kind of fill in some slots in the meantime. But yeah, I usually just kind of suck for a while until my gear catches up via the dungeons I'm doing. And I can get away with that because I'm grouping with friends that I don't need them to accept me, hopefully. If they start rejecting me, then I've got other problems. Wishing for a Shadowlands remix so I can pick up everything without the massive hassle. Mythic gear for Marl. Marl's precious. Marl's for cosmetics. Gear is temporary. Marl is forever. Hafty's not for fun. I did get the ZA mount, and I'm weirdly emo about it. I kind of liked having something to farm. Oh, gosh. Alright, let's go talk to Boy Genius. Where is he? I don't know, not here. That way. Don't have the reflexes. Time for it I had back in Wrath. I was the world's fastest healer, hadn't heard of add-ons. Now they're trying to get rid of add-ons and I just can't do that anymore. Yeah. I've been doing okay getting, like, healing without add-ons in Midnight. I had I didn't use any healing add-ons or DBM or anything for 34. I had Plater. Because default nameplates are kind of stinky, but I just use global mouse over healing. Which I like. You don't need to set up anything for that. You just enable mouse over cast and then use your regular keybinds mousing over regular frames. Gonna have my Erdar Draenei set up for my elves to farm Black Temple. That does sound like fun. Embrace gold farming. Become a pursuant of the perpetual pursuit of profit. I mean, I'm tempted just for the alliteration alone. You'll get all the marl you could ever want. Yeah. I love gold farming when I have something I want to save it up for. I don't have it in me to hoard it just for the sake of having a lot of gold. I need something I want to spend it on. In the past, when I've done big gold farming pushes, it's because I wanted to buy, like, X tokens for the Brutosaur, or get X gold for the Brutosaur, our first one. Or, like, the, you know, in Dragonflight, I did it for the Scarab mount, you know, like gold sync mounts. And I used to save up gold and gold makes so I could buy, like, TCG stuff off the black market auction house, and then they kept giving away all those things that I had bought for a lot of gold on the BMA as Twitch drops. And I'm a streamer, so I'm not that mad, but, like, I'm not gonna spend any more gold on the BMA. You guys are gonna give this away for free. I'm gonna save my gold. Amassing gold for housing items. Yeah. So happy when I got the yak. Hoarding gold for the BMA auctionist map, but spend it on tokens for the BlizzCon pack. Yeah, people like the bunny. This isn't a portal, it's just a... Okay. That's fine. Doing the Void Assaults has given me quite a bit of golden marl, which has been helpful purchasing some random things I'm missing. Just not very exciting content. I should go through and see... See, this is all I needed to do to get this mount. And a statue. A couple statues. Oh, like a left version and a right version. Or maybe they're different people. Can't tell. That's funny. That was literally all I wanted. Oh wow, I did it! Sick. What do you want? Oh, that's right, the folio! Should I see my new, Dragonhawk? Okay, you encouraged me. Man, I did like every... They didn't even make me kill anything, I don't think. I think I just clicked on a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's nice. It's fine. Should I do the folio or the new campaign? I mean, I need to do both. Probably the folio. That was rare. Hawk's camo for Herondar. Yeah, it would blend right in. Oh, I'm terrible at this. Yeah, I know. I just haven't finished it on any tune. It was another one of those things that kind of felt like it was just busy work that I didn't want to do. And I felt annoyed that I felt like I had to. And now I'm annoyed that I can't find the door. Where is it? What's my problem? Oh, hang on. I've got two different things going on here. I can't find either of them. Here's a door. Is this relevant? Looks relevant. Sometimes it feels a little odd when the trading post doesn't even have one pet for sale. Yeah, a little bit. This is a long run. They put this place real far inside, didn't they? They have a portal out of here. Do they have a portal back? They must. Alright, what do you want? Fine. I'm being such a giant baby about this. You know when you're having a tantrum and you're like, I am too old for this, but like I can't help it. I'm in the middle of it already. So does this have a portal to the Omnium Folio place, or do they really want you to run all the way there every time? Warlocks would line up all their lock gates on the path. Alright, where's the assault? It's in Eversong, okay. So excited. There is one near the Field Accolades vendor. Okay, it sends you to the Omnium Folio. Yeah, because I got 2 weeks into this. Oh, I should check for, Dame Bloodshed. I get PDA, pathological demand avoidance sometimes, I feel ya. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not diagnosable or anything, but I feel like I've picked up a little bit of that. Oh, hey, she's up. I think that there is a set amount of times you can have... I don't know. Just like arbitrary requests made before you start to get like weird and disordered about them. It's not that it's a weird request to be made, it's just if you've heard it 100,000 times you start to get a little bit twitchy. I'm going this way, that's right. Did I get the pet? I did not. Didn't originally have one, lots of people complained. Very hot take, but I loved how easy it was to find things in Dornegal. Some of these Blood Elf twisty halls and stairs are for the birds. Yeah, I tend to struggle with finding doors to places. I'll just kind of be flying around. I think I might have an easier time, honestly, if I grounded myself, because I think a lot of the time the doors are in fairly logical places. But because the towers are so tall and ornate that, like, I just end up flying laps around those, wondering why I can't find my way in. Pet was up for 19k, my server randomly snagged it. Oh, that's smart. I'm convinced it's gonna drop. But... So I am in the Void Strike area and in a World Quest area, which is gonna be just a tiny bit confusing. 150k right now in Stormrage. Looking for an animated Scourge Shard. Sometimes when you have objectives layered over each other in areas like this... Oh, there it is. Oh, am I in war mode still? I'm still in war mode! I could probably turn that off. Hazel, I think my wild bunny is a mama. Found 2 babies hopping about my raised bed. Oh, that's cute. Only foot off the ground so they could hop out at some point. That's really nice. And I've dotted the warrior. Sorry about that. It's just my tentacle. Don't mind me. That's why there's nobody here. I'm in war mode. Sorry. I don't really want to leave just yet. On account of, wanting to do at least one objective before I change phases. That's annoying. I don't think we want to fight each other. It's just that my incidental AoE is cleaving because I'm in war mode. I almost don't want to Void Erupt. They can take it. They'll be fine. Here, I'll try and tentacle smash over here. I can't believe I forgot to turn that off. 11 characters since day one, every day, and no cat pet. Really? Maybe I should move all my alts out to the cat and farm it for the pet. That sounds like me. You get points and prey bubbles for the kill, so if they already hate you, you may as well make them dead. I mean, I don't think I'm in prey. Also, they haven't— I don't think they hate me on account of them having not tried to kill me yet. The fact that they're still on the boss and not on me, I think is promising. We could have dueled each other. Honestly, they probably want my help with this. Although, they probably don't want my dots, but what are you gonna do? Here we go, we got 1 out of 5. And we should probably go find an inn and turn off war mode. If I can get out of combat. Tempted to farm meadery for those very nice windows. They're good, right? I had that thought too. I was thinking if there was any window that I would want like a lot of in my house, I feel like it would be the meadery windows. But maybe I'm just waiting for them to add better vendor windows. Out of combat? Yeah, see, they didn't want to fight either. There we go. I'm leaving. There should be an inn, I don't know, nearby. Tranquillian, maybe? Seem to be the only person in my running crowd willing to do follower dungeons. Unless I'm in it. Learned how to drive and do brakes on the follower's crude tank. They won't pull as hard as Mythic plus 15 punk. Yeah. Is there an inn over here? Kind of forget. I should probably just fly back to town. Yeah, you get Marl and stuff. I am at 60 something thousand Marl. Oh, a few more actually. 70k Marl after all of my farming, my rare farming. Oh, even more. 73k. 74k. I'm at 74k Marl. I should probably spend it and see where I'm at and how much more I would even need. It just really hurts buying tabards when I know I'm never ever ever gonna wear them. They want 3,000 Marl or more per tabard that there's not even a little chance I'm gonna wear. Nice jelly. The best side effect of that farm. Prices are stinky. But I sometimes feel like I should, just for the sake of also muscle memory, don't mind me. Sometimes I feel like I should, just for completionism's sake, like just for all the things. Like I'll never finish the zone if I don't buy those things from Marl, so it's just part of like completing the zone. Saving it for a mount from the Void Strikes, but I have to get achievements first. Yeah. Look, I just got 50 more Marl. Grows on trees. Am I gonna do the same objective again? Is there an achieve for lots of tabards? I feel like tabards are the one thing that I like don't collect really at all, so it would surprise me. But you do get them sometimes. Yes, Charge is hilarious. I love the transmog titles. I'm bringing Neru back. 100 reps. Definitely have the 100 reps.
Strike quickly. The Twilight's Blade are attempting to reclaim Deathhold. Root them out and destroy their encampment.
They want kind of a lot of stuff over here. Hey, You don't need the tabard. See, problem solved. Yeah, that's a good point. The trouble is, if you solve all of your problems in WoW like that, then you're not gonna have anything left to do, and you're just gonna have to confront the lack of activities in your life. Fashionista 15 tabards. Yeah, we probably have that. Used to wear tabards to cover up my mismatched gear. I used to hate that tabards covered up my gear. And I especially hated wearing tabards on a plate character where they'd have a little dangly bit. That goes up to 30 tabards. Let's search for tabard. All kinds of random stuff. Personal tabard. No, that's not an achievement name. Make it look like anything you want. It's my favorite thing to make it look like is invisible. Let me see the robe. These are probably better in a group. I'm imagining people do that. But then I would be maybe partly through a different one. They want me to do 4 of these? It's funny. I ground out like achievements for Void Assault, so I did tons of them already. And they didn't seem that bad then at the time. Kind of coming along. Gotta go. Been fun watching you. See you later. Have a good day. Thank you for being here. Thanks. Bye. I'm back. Hi, welcome back. How you doing? I am sort of trying to catch up my Omnium Folio. I'm losing steam pretty hard. I think at a certain point it's hard to know if it's the game I'm taking issue with or if I'm just a tiny bit depressed. I'm not sure if it's the game's fault that I'm not having fun, or if I'm just not a very fun person right now. You've relented to the Omnium grind. Yeah, it's not going well. I did get the last CA mount. I sure did. Dropped on Sunday. Went to the pharmacy to get some light skincare creams. Instead came back with 3 shots. Oh, nice. Always good to get caught up when you can. Also good to keep up with your skincare. I had kind of neglected mine for a long time, and it's occurred to me that perhaps it might be nice to do a little bit again. I did like a sheet mask the other day, and then afterwards I'm like, wow, my skin looks great. And then I'm like, oh yeah, you can do that. It does work. Maybe I should do something slightly more than just wash and moisturize once in a while when I remember. Might try and get into it a little bit. Biceps very sore. Can't ignore it this time. Got my last mount the same day as you. I'm free too. Can tell I'm in a funk when I fire up game after game, realize I don't feel like playing any of them. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you just, like, just nothing sounds good. And especially when it's, like, not just game. I feel like it's maybe more of a, just a me thing. I had fun on my mount farm, but that's over now. And I don't really want to start another one. You see the new Westfall barn? I did! It does look nice. Very nice looking. Oh, we're back to the skirt shirts. We're doing the same, yeah, it's the exact same thing that I just did in war mode that we're doing again outside of war mode. It's not any better the second time. This world quest is also terrible and overlapping, so I end up doing stuff for that as well. Grinding retail isn't as fun, if that answers your dilemma. Isn't as fun as what? Look like chores. Haven't watched retail streams in a bit. Yeah, it is. I think that's exactly what it is. Smoky, unhealthy air quality at the moment. Kira's outside time and/or exercise. Yeah, we've got the same kind of situation. Maybe that's part of my problem, is I've been inside for a few days. Surprised we got a Westfall barn before other race-themed houses. I've heard a few people echo that. You're definitely not the only person to feel that way. Should probably... We're too deep into this to walk away. We just kill this guy and then the guy in the middle, and then we'll at least get Dark Lake Coalescence 2 out of 5. Otherwise I'm going to walk away and we're still 1 out of 5. Still need to finish my house? Anyone have good ideas for stained glass windows? Oh, there must be. There must be someone out there. Saw a guide to stained glass windows somewhere on YouTube or Twitter. Sounds like something someone's figured out. An abandoned or forsaken themed barn color would look cool. Housing devs, feel free to steal ideas. Alright, there we go. Coalescence 2 of 5. Getting the big stained glass window in the new rooms coming next week. Yeah, big patch. Big patch right around the corner. I think we broke it. This was supposed to explode at 30% health and it didn't. I think it's broken. Can I just leave? Can I get away with that? WoW housing ideas on Facebook. Some of our members have been featured on Wowhead and Icy Veins. That's neat. Eat some lunch. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. I think it's time for me to get out of here too. We will find something to do tomorrow. We at least came up with some gold. That's fine. I would like to thank you for being here and for spending this time with me. I appreciate the company. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.